So Dejuan, talk about the impact of losing Idris and just seeing one of your guys go down like that.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely hit home for me because he's a brother of mine, just not on the football field, but off the football field. But, unfortunately, this is the sport we play, and, we got to get guys ready to, take that next step to try to fill in for his position.
Obviously, that increases your, opportunity and your potential for snaps, but what do you think of some of those other guys like Dylan and others that, are trying to compete for spots?
Like I said, since day one, it's been a position battle between all of us. We're all going to continue to compete. We're all going to continue to bring the best out of each other.
What does Dylan specifically bring to the table?
The same thing we all do, aggressiveness, physicality, smarts. The same thing we bring to the table, he brings to the table.
Coach Poindexter was talking about just how much you've grown from Penn State to now. How much slower is the game for you, and what's allowed it to sort of click for you a little bit more?
Yeah, this is year 2 in the system, so I'm starting to identify what Nose wants me to do and how he wants me to do it. Everything's slowing down because, I'm fixing my eyes, I'm fixing my body position, my techniques. So, everything is starting to slow down for me.
When did you feel that? When did you feel it starting to slow down? Was it as I know it was slower some in the spring, but is it a lot different this camp in terms of things slowing down?
Yeah, so it's been gradually slowing down ever since I've been with him since day one. So, even back in our Penn State days, it started to slow down then, but, even now it's starting to accelerate a little bit more.
Are there moments out there now where it's like everything just clicks, like it feels even different than it did in the spring?
Yeah, I mean, that just comes with the experience, seeing different formations, knowing what I can get out of those formations and, what offenses like to do.
You saw this implemented last year, obviously, at Penn State. How does that compare, like how quickly are the guys here picking it up compared to what you guys did a year ago?
I would say we're picking it up, pretty well. Coach Knowles does a good job of tracking our alignment, tracking our assignments and everything that we do. And we're looking pretty good in those grades. So I say we're picking up a little bit faster than we did last year.
What's difficult for a first-timer in this defense?
Most likely the communications. A lot of calls that we have specifically at the safety position, we have a lot of inner calls and one call. So it can be one formation. We could be at many different formations. We have to make many different calls to one defensive call. So I'd probably say that's the hardest thing.
Pretty big responsibility on the safeties.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
More so than other defenses, you think?
I haven't really been in other defenses to know, but I just know in this defense, a lot falls down on the safeties in the back end.
How different is Coach Poindexter teaching it here with a year under it compared to maybe how he was teaching it to you guys last year? He says he's a better teacher.
I would say in his way of explaining it, things are starting to make more sense because he knows exactly what's going on. He knows what Coach Knowles wants, with it being year 2 for him. So it's a little bit easier for him to explain and get us to understand it.
Why do you feel like you're ready to potentially step up as a starting safety this fall?
I've been showing up every day since I got here, just trying to work my hardest and, be the best self that I can be. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with that.
What were some of your biggest takeaways on defense from the first scrimmage? What were some of the things you felt good about what the defense did and some other things you guys want to clean up?
I think everybody's doing a good job of, doing their job and not trying to make every single play. But when the play comes for them to make, they make it. So I think everybody did a good job with that.
What could you tell the younger guys that haven't been in this about the difference in playing in this defense versus just practicing through it? What would game experience give them that they don't have yet in this defense?
I mean, you practice how you play. The same thing they're going to get in the game is what they're going to get in practice. So I wouldn't really say there's a difference at all.
What do you see in Matthews and Staley in terms of being on the other side? How much are they kind of getting after it and give you guys looks?
They're great guys. They're great guys to go up against. We compete every single day, and we bring the best out of each other. So it's amazing to have them on the other side of the ball.
How would you rate your confidence right now compared to 6 months ago?
Right now, I would say, I'm through the roof as far as confidence goes, but it's a humble confidence.
Thank you, Dejuan.
Appreciate it.